Alright. Alright. You hear the words with all that? I'm really hoping it's getting picked up right there, because I'll be able to amplify it. Because words come through sounds, not always, but a lot of the times they do. I did a picnic with my daughter, and it was only during the fast forwarding of it that I realized I was getting all kinds of messages. Yes, I'll get going in a second. Okay, they're really ready to speak. All right, say what you would like to say at this time. I do. Okay. Right now, we're really hoping for any of the spirits that have been really active for them to have a chance to speak. Little children that might have anything to say, lost spirits. Those of you who want to consider yourself demons or from other places that are around here right now. One by one, preferably the youngest to go first, or the one that has the most desire at this moment. Yes, I'm wanting to help them a lot right now, as well as the spirits. I just seen it over there. Okay, so this is all part of that then? Okay, before I do the little quick editing, is there anything else you want to say right here at this moment in this time?
Sounds like there's footsteps upstairs. You there?
Yeah.
cold ass too.
I'll do this edit for them real quick before I continue them. Okay, quite a bit was said. I don't know why they would say for me not to communicate with the stuff downstairs though, because I've dealt with a lot of things, spirits that have tried to kill me, a lot of stuff.
That's where everything's mainly occurring is from downstairs.
Well, you got a lot of stuff outside, in here, up there, and apparently down there, and
Well, I'm curious to know about upstairs.
Me too. Because our kids like to run down there sometimes.
well, at least they're not afraid of the basement. Most kids are. And half the time it's nothing to be afraid of in the first place in the basement. There's a big misconception though what some people think and feel about basements. Because again, there's really no boundaries. I can't see it. So which way do I do
You
it?
could hear through the app though that it was different voices talking. Some of them was deep, some of them sounded like little kids. Another one sounded like a female.
Yep. Some of them were routine. 5 minutes. I love how you guys do the time. That recording into that 5 minutes and 43 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Just so funny how they do it. So then all I do is I go into here, I add it over, and editing process really isn't that much to it. And then I just allow it to start, and then I could rehear everything, but because I got this here, but I try to go faster to where I started.
All right. Say what you would like to say at this time.
And then I go and I make a split so I know where this actual talk part ends. And then I'll play it all the way through and then I'll stop and then I'll go through and I'll slow down every little section so we can hear each word.
I do.
See, I didn't hear that part when you were recording.
You know, I heard that,
That part I didn't hear at all.
but did you hear how it continued after I even stopped it?
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to make sure. And I have had them literally go through and change things on my recording after I recorded. It's like, why would you do that? Well, like the one was telling a guy that I was seeing that at first I said, well, your love is there. But it wasn't, yeah, there was love, but I wasn't in love. And I didn't want him to have the wrong understanding. And it was like almost there in the middle of one of my things. And they kept freezing up my phone and redoing it. And then eventually it came back and said, her love isn't. But, well, okay, I know you could do that, but come on now. And they do it to me. They will change it up on me. So this little section is here about 117 to 150, only a few seconds long, but a lot to say. And I did. I just visited with you. And it's funny too because even on my videos I'll talk to people that I don't even know and it'll be like way down the road, and they'll eventually watch the video and they're talking to them, and they already knew that that was going to occur before it ever occurred. So same thing like visit. Well, we just did visit just now. We just had a little visit, chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them they're feeling your doubt. What are you doubting about any of this right now? And be very truthful, honest. What are you doubting about any of this at this moment?
No, are you doubting into?
Because they can feel your doubt, and it's like a smell and a taste that they get, and it's like they used to say it to me and be like, "Dude, you don't get it. I'm not doubting. If I was doubting, I wouldn't be doing this." Or like, "Well, yeah, you can taste it." It's like, "But I'm not," and they would keep telling me I was, because apparently part of me was.
Well, I did ask him when we was outside, is she legit? So at first I was. So that's probably what they got that from.
And thank you, and that's completely okay. I mean,
I've never experienced anything like this. That's why. Like, this is the first time in my life.
and again, so many people are also fake about it, and then there's all kinds of apps out there, and then people are thinking, well, this app is good, this app is good, this app is good, and they're not. And I am one of those, I am honest to a fault. Don't ask me if you don't want to know, no matter what it is. And sometimes I probably say too much, I don't know, but I'm me.
Yeah.
Would you like something to drink?
I would love something to drink. What do you got?
Pepsi,
What kind?
cherry,
I'll take it.
or I got a red Gatorade. Like I said, we really appreciate you coming out here because the kids were freaking out last night. One of them almost had a panic attack.
So did you want to look at the basement?
Not yet. Not until I know why they said not to. They might be down there dealing with stuff right now. They might actually be down there having a physical fight. Well, spiritual. And as soon as I said that, I just seen a blue dot go right up. Because there's very much real stuff that happens on the spiritual side. And they literally do fight and other things like that. And there's many types of fights. There's many types of spirits, many types of energies, demons, aliens, other dimensions. It's surprisingly all real. Not everyone's facts thought everything is right, though.
That curtain's moving.
You have a vent there.
I thought the vents were moving.
Go feel it. It's their vent. Go check it out right now.
Because last I knew, our air wasn't working. Oh, we kicked back on.
Yeah, I love it when that stuff's legit, but that wasn't.
And there's a lot of motion inside of that.
Then again, boundaries don't stop them, but they also could have been doing that for attention again, because when you hear stuff like that, most people automatically, their heart starts to speed up a little bit. They get that little bit of, again, they feed off that.
Mm-hmm.
But they feed off good energies
Well,
too.
the main part that really freaked us out last night, it wasn't the light shutting off after I
Screaming.
told Joe. It was the screaming for help after I played with the Ouija board on my phone.
It was like more like a screech. Like,
If the flies on the walls could talk, right? Go away.
And then another thing that's mainly freaking us out is how is the baby moving from the car seat right here
all the way to like
all the way
there.
over by the door
They do it.
when he can't even crawl yet or get out of his car seat.
They do it.
That's what we figured. Like when she told me that, I was like, dude, your house is haunted. There's no question about it.
Oh, your house is beyond haunted. You have.
But like I told her though,
highly
it was
activated.
built in 1930. There's so much stuff that could have happened in this house that we don't even know about.
I've been in houses people thought were haunted and it wasn't haunted at all. And it's like, no, you just have creaky pipes. No, you just have leaks around your windows. But no, your house is
Right.
highly active.
Then that's what I was thinking with all the power and the water problems that we've been having. Because she thought it was just like an electrical issue, but she said it didn't ever do this until after I moved in and I started
Yeah, like
talking to
2
Joe.
days ago, that's where everything started. When he kept talking shit to Joe.
Yeah, sometimes it can aggravate them. Sometimes you just let them know, oh, you know, I exist. Now we have to make our presence known more.
Like we'll be sitting here randomly and then the light will just turn on by itself. Then it'll go out, then the water will start running. The microwave, like you were just talking, the microwave just turned on.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun going through those pictures. I'll be watching very close because something was just in that just then. You heard him. You can play with the balls. He gave you permission. Kids only. The others play with enough as it is. It's for the children. And it also doesn't mean that they're going to let them. Okay, only a few seconds left on this. So it was this one. So I haven't steered you away from nothing yet, have I?
No.
How do you feel about what I just told you?
That's a lot to take in.
I try to break up all the little words that happen through here. Start with this one. They're fed up, is what it's saying. I'm going to drop it down a little bit more. They're fed up. As soon as I said that, there was something right there by you. Like on the couch. Higher than your head. Remember not to feed it negative things. Want to know what I tell my child? I tell my child, because this is how a lot of the getting rid of things really work, because it's by faith, not about smudging, not about crystals, not about all this other nonsense. Because there's been times where I was traveling, she said, Mom, something really scary is in the car now. Because we're driving and something came in. It's like, well, honey, remember, you tell it to leave and it has to listen. If it doesn't listen, you tell Mommy. Well, she kept telling it to go and it wasn't going, and then I got in on it. It took about 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes, it left. Because you have that power within you. Everybody does. Everybody has that power. So one, don't fear, because then you feed into it. And that's why, like, priests, like in the movies, when they do an exorcism, and then what they're doing exorcism on, then that demon starts calling out all the horrible things that are the truths about the priest. And, well, it's because, first of all, that priest really did do those horrible things, and they're calling him out because he knows those horrible things. And until that priest is appropriately aligned, that's why not every priest is allowed to do exorcisms, because, well, if you're not strong within your own faith, you can't tell it to leave. Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has that power. You just got to believe and not have doubt, because that doubt is, again, what allows them to feed off of not going, because you don't believe. You're telling them to leave, but you don't believe, so I'm not going to listen to you. It's like when your children, when your kids don't believe you, and they're like, whatever, and they do whatever. It's because they didn't believe whatever you were, saying to them, threatening them, like, you better do that or else. Until they believe you, they don't listen. So, same thing. So, what's here is fed up, and for whatever reason it thinks that we're evil. Either us living or my spirit team, probably a mix of both. But it's clear they want you to leave, and for whatever reason they told me not to go in the basement. Does it go past here then? Okay. Ghosts. Like I told you, there's a difference between ghosts and spirits. Do something. Okay, take that part off. Okay. Well, this little fraction here. Okay, I know a lot of stuff about what that's referring to, but I'm going to make sure that's what it's saying before I say anything. Let her see your mouth. I will tell you what that means in a second. Guilty. Guilty. Okay. I'll explain for sure. So let me see your mouth first because I don't. It was a reference to her. Let me see your mouth. Open up. Open up your mouth. I'm going to tell you the truth about your mouth in a second. So go ahead. Now you tell me why you think your mouth is the way it is, and I'll tell you the truth.
What do you mean?
Why is your mouth the way it is? The way it looks, the way it appears. And I'll tell you the truth. Don't be afraid, it's fine.
Because I went to a messed up dentist and he messed up my teeth. That's the honesty. And he broke off.
So that's your thoughts.
I guess.
Okay. Now, the Egyptians were quite right about something. The things we speak, the things we say, even the things we say up here and not out of here, affect your mouth. Were you ever one of those that talked bad to people, yelled, cussed, screamed, got mad? And be honest.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have to share all of this if you don't want me to, but it might help other people.
Yeah.
Tell me more then. Because I already know these answers. And don't be ashamed because no matter what, God knows everything about you. And you'd be surprised how many spirits even try to lie to God and God already knows. And it's like, you can't lie to me, I know. So, don't lie. Because he already said you was guilty. I already knew what it was in reference to. Because I already know this truth.
Shit.
And not everything is because of darkness, drugs, and abuse. Because we don't realize we do things to ourselves physically by not knowing. Again, out of here or in here affects your mouth. So, like, what kind of stuff did you used to say? And be truthful. Don't be afraid. It's fine. I'm not going to judge you. I'm one of those that I forgive people. I've even forgive those that helped took my child's life. So, I'm a very forgiving person. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Because, again, I'm supposed to take the world by judgment. But that's, again, neither here nor there. Because, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I say things like a lot of people say.
Like what?
Just cussing, especially my kids. Right?
Well, cussing is nothing. Tell me the mean things you've told people. Like, fuck you, I hate you, I wish you died, or you motherfucking asshole, I'm gonna blah blah blah. No.
Yeah. Plenty of times. Like just words wise, or it's like
Both. Thoughts and verbal words.
I wish that some people before.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Like physical, I hit my big dad in the car and stuff like that before.
Well, you were probably cussing out all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Totally, technically out of your mind. Right? And there's nothing wrong with owning up to what you've done because the problem is with anybody is when you decide to lie about stuff. And again, it doesn't matter what you've done, you should own up to it. Like, they've tried to call me out on stuff. It's like, yeah, and I did. What about it? And they're like, what? Oh, it's like, I have no shame. Yeah, I did it. So, I mean, you really should hold no shame. It's only a problem more to you than anything when you lie or when you keep anything from anybody, let alone yourself. There's one thing a lot of people do, and they don't realize it when you lie to yourself, trying to convince yourself when you know otherwise. So, like, what else? Because that is the whole reason why it's not the dentist's fault. Because you did not know, because nobody told you. Your mouth is the way it is because of the things you said. Because, again, up here, as well as through here, affects your mouth. That was one thing the Egyptians did know. So what else? Make yourself feel better. Relax about
I
it.
mean, that's about it. I told you.
Were you a mean girl? Did you used to pick on other people? Never? Just wishing death and stuff like that to other people. And part of you must have felt bad about it?
No. Not really. I mean, there's people that I fought that I felt bad about afterwards. Because when I was younger, I used to take advantage of people's weakness. So I would fight them.
So you probably also said things that weren't so pleasant.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things I'm talking about then. Not everything has to be what you don't, because sometimes we say things and we don't realize the power that's behind it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So even if I like say I love you in an angry tone, to where if I say I love you in a pleasant tone, or if I say I love you in a happy tone, each one of those I love yous puts out a different energy out of that mouth.
I say a lot of things when I'm angry, so I don't really remember.
So how often do you get angry? Are you an emotional?
I don't get angry as much anymore. I've been to
More
anger
of a-
management.
Once upon a time you did.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like a fat ass. I'm on camera just stuffing my face.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm trying to think of something.
Because it's healing to get that stuff off.
Because I never really got angry though, unless somebody really, really triggered me. Like when I hit my baby dad in my car, a lot of things was said, but it was because he triggered me with my kids.
Well, there was a lot of things that built up before you even got to that point to where you decided to make that decision to try to take them out with your car. There's a lot of things that build you up for that.
That's because he took my kids away from me, and he wanted to give them back. So with that built a lot of anger.
Oh my god, air.
But
How was your mouth before that?
I don't remember.
You used to have some pretty ass teeth. I've seen pictures of them. I stalked your Facebook.
That's cute.
Stalker.
Facebook stalker. Aww. So if you were to take back and reflect, when do you think your mouth started going bad? What started it for you?
It was in 2016 when that happened. The situation with me and my baby dad.
Then your mouth went bad like that?
Not instantly, but over time, yeah.
But, well, you consider that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Even if you consider the fact that it's, what, 5 years now since then? It was still technically fast.
Yeah. It went from pretty white teeth to this.
So how do you feel knowing that that was possibly the biggest part of it, was the things that you were spitting out of your mouth? Does it make you feel bad? Does it make you feel weird? Does it make you feel content?
I don't regret anything I've said to people or anything I thought.
No?
Because I think bad about people because of what they've done to me. So if I wish death on you, you probably deserve to fucking die. Literally. Just saying.
Remind me not to piss you off.
Well, you'd be surprised how much that you, with the combination of other people that do it to people, that's usually why things happen. Because nobody realizes they hold power. When you put emotion with that thought, that's where the power comes from. That's why I got videos. I've tried to show people, hey, here's the Doppler. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's no rain for days. And watch me bring in a storm within hours. Huge storm of great magnitude. It's not even welcome. You know it's not going to happen. And then it comes. I've only got to prove it a few times because usually some of the things used to stop me, especially when I was younger. I used to be able to change a complete tree for somebody, the whole color, right in front of somebody else's eyes. I could take fire, bend it in a 90-degree angle, I can make it dance. But I can't because I know I can. And there comes the thing.
Yeah.
But my friend used to say, I feel so bad, I kept wishing death on my mom when she died, just like I kept wanting it. Well, that's because you wanted it enough that it became true. But when we spit things out of our mouth, and we say bad things, that destroys our mouth. But nobody is taught that, except for back in the Egyptian times, that the evil helps corrupt your mouth and the things you spit out.
Your dad said come get the kids.
voices in the vents, and it was just weird.
But how long has that been since you found what you found?
I just found that this morning.
Oh, the bones and stuff?
So the bones are new.
Yeah, because I told him because we was facing off the board on his phone.
And it said that it was outside.
It said a girl named Emily was outside, so.
Look at the phone.
Yeah, you see it. That's a fly.
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, sometimes I've had to tell people, no, that was a bug, that wasn't an orb.
No, I'm saying, you see how the lights on the phone keep on flickering? Just watch it for a minute.
Oh, how it got darker than lighter.
Yeah, it's getting
Oh,
darker
yeah, that's
than
the
lighter.
changing of energies. Once that happens, the dark stuff, we usually make the room go dark, even on a recording. That's because...
But yeah, that big ass thing that you just seen go across, it wasn't an orb, that was the fly.
Yeah. That was coincidence.
But yeah, because of the Ouija board up on my phone, it said it was a girl named Emily. She was outside, so we decided together that in the morning we're gonna walk back there by the woods and see if we see anything. And it was just a coincidence that we found human hair and bones. It's just like, what the hell?
That could have been coincidence, but the chances are of
And then the little girl last night crying out for help.
those could just be added factors. Because I don't feel like anything. If I would have thought there was something off with that, I would have sensed it right away when you showed me to it. But it was like, no, it's.
Yeah.
I've played with a lot of those things trying to figure out, and you'd be surprised how much of them aren't true. Let's see, where do we go from here and here? Because we just ended with them saying we should move. Like ASAP, because your children are more vulnerable than you guys, because they are more aware of it, even though you may not be aware of it.
I believe they just said don't welcome the shit that's downstairs.
They moved past, why do they gotta keep going through there?
That was aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so maybe it was it not wanting me to ease them down there.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, so maybe it was it not wanting me to ease them down there.
The fuck is that?
big ass culture.
I was too. Wasn't even listening.
There was two different shades. There was one that was dark that was like
It was a human figure that was there before, that's why he made it. That's why I also think that he's attracted to it.
then there was some like my hair is standing up.
A lot of things do then fuck with. And you've heard her and him. They really don't have nowhere else to go. And if you have nowhere else to go, and if you guys can't come to some type of an agreement or an understanding, then you have to get the fact that somebody else is just going to come up in here. And for whatever reason, you want to remain evil instead of just realizing the existence of who and what you are. Them being here doesn't really change that, and you don't need to be messing with my leg because this is truth. I heard that. I sure hope it heard it. This being said, knowing what I just told you, that even if they leave, that means somebody else is just going to come up in here. This is a rental property now by the lady or mister that now owns it, and it just means that other people are going to come in here. And you're still going to have these issues. I know you remember this being your house, but is there not a way that we could try to make some type of an agreement for more peaceful interactions? The point is just trying to make things better for them and for you. Can we come to some type of an agreement to make things better for all of you? You know that by now. So with that being said, is there anything we can do to make it better for all of you? And don't say for them to leave, because that's not going to be such an easy thing, and you know this. Okay, I'm going to give another chance for somebody to say something because you guys were quite quiet. So with that being said, again, trying to find out if there's some type of an agreement, of an arrangement that we can come to keep everybody happy. Because you guys matter too. That's one thing most people don't realize, that even over there, you still have emotions and feelings. I know this, not everybody knows that. But if we can't make a peaceful living, you'll still have somebody else coming in here, and you'll still have to go through all this again. Or right now would be a good chance and a time to find a way to make it better for even you guys. This is your chance to say something now. One more chance, one quick time. Because, alright. I'm not going to repeat that until I have a chance to play that. And while I do that, can I go pee real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Bathroom upstairs, right? The only one?
Yep.
Let's see what their responses were thoroughly.
Other people are going to come in here.
Look at how blurred out
You're
this was.
still
You see
going to
how
have
clear.
these issues.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to go jump straight into this. Because they're still saying a lot over there between each other. 34 seconds. That's fun.
Get my baby.
Hi!
Ah, boy. You gonna join us in our little book?
The girls will stay outside.
So have you girls been having weird stuff going on too?
Well, a while back I had red vomit and I didn't eat nothing red or drink something red. The next day I had it all on my shirt and it was disgusting. And then she had bruises all over her face. And at night when they're asleep I keep on from down here. And
Scratches?
after he played the Ouija, we heard knocking on the walls and scratching. Creepy.
Have you ever tried to tell them to go away?
No, we're scared they're gonna get mad and try to kill us all. Well, I'm scared.
Really?
He's not scared.
Well, what if I tell you guys that when my little girl, who's 4, I tell her all the time when there's something there that she sees, feels, or knows that's around, I tell her to tell it to leave, and it has to. And it listens. And when it doesn't listen, I have her tell me, and then I tell it to leave until it does leave.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's yesterday or the day before. I was over there talking to her. She was right on the couch, and I felt something touching my arm, like poking me, kind of.
Sometimes I try to get our attentions.
Like, pay attention to me, please.
Yep. Well, you got a lot of little things around here. You got some
Nappy
bad
head.
things here, but you also have some kids here too. And sometimes the kids could be reaching out to you because they want to play.
You sleepy?
Because what we found
Yeah,
out
you
so
are.
far, there are some that remember when this used to be their house, when they lived here. So they didn't seem to understand, and I had a talk with them, telling them that, we need to come to some type of an agreement here, because even if you guys left, that would just mean somebody else would move in. But remember, if it making you feel uncomfortable, you tell it to leave, and it has to listen.
No, you got some
But what if
real
it doesn't
food.
listen to any of us?
Gotta
And
get some
it starts
real
doing some
food.
creepy stuff?
Do you believe in God?
For me, yeah. I go to, well,
She used to go to church.
I stopped
Girl, you
because I
need
moved
your
out of
airbrush.
Yeah. Well, God himself, the God that created everything, even these things that are around right now, God said
That's my
that we
mama.
have the power. When we tell
Just
them
my
to
mama.
leave, they have to listen.
Just my
And
mama.
who's bigger than God?
There's nobody.
Nobody's bigger than God. So if God says it, you gonna believe God? So if God says you got the power in you, tell them to leave you alone and they have to listen, you gonna get scared? You gonna trust that God's not gonna lead you wrong? God
Like
says it's okay to tell them to leave you alone?
when I'm in her room and everybody's sleeping and I feel I either think I'm paranoid or I think of what God would tell me if he was right there in front of my face.
That's great.
Because, people might say God's not real, but who is the one that created us?
Very well. God did. And you're so right to feel that way because it's true. God created us, God created them, God created everything that exists. And there's nobody bigger than him. So if you call on him, that's the best thing ever. Like how you just said, what would God say if he was right there in my face? That's perfect. One of my favorite things to do is I like to sing songs that make me happy when I start.
Go upstairs and we'll play on YouTube.
Just sing songs that make you feel happy.
No. After she's done talking, go upstairs with your sister and
Just remember, if it scares you, the same thing I tell my girl. You just know that you can do it. Tell them to go, they have to.
My charger's in the bedroom.
Don't taunt and tease them and don't try to play with them. You just tell them to leave and they have to. If my little girl was here, she'd have a good talk with you guys on how she knows it's true.
Don't download
Because that's what she
on
does.
YouTube.
Maybe if things continue, next time I'll just bring her out here and you guys can meet her and she can help you feel better. Because she knows.
Come.
Would you like that? Would that help you feel better? Yeah? And remember, if you get scared, just start singing happy songs, okay? And don't be afraid to tell mommy and daddy, okay? Let's do this real quick, though. Oops, I knocked that ball.
Pointing where it's on the baby. Yeah, because that's what normally happens. We leave the room.
We've only been going at this for 3 hours and 41 minutes. For a little bit of time now.
Ah, Bugaboo. I'm gonna be right back, okay? I love you, Bugaboo.
Anna, come sit on the couch. What are you doing? Come sit by me.
No.
Yes, because...
Huh? You're bored?
Sit down.
Busters. What's a Ghostbusters?
Grandpa is joking. There's no Ghostbusters. Sit down.
I see a car. The car where Busters. Busters. I'm thirsty. Is your food now,
No, what's
Eat
that?
it. No.
What? Just put it over there.
Alright. Do it. This is you when you want it.
It's in loud.
Now that's crazy. A tank with
Mom?
She's
What?
Mom's disappeared.
Ghost this Tucker.
Don't talk about that, Anna. Seriously. Leave. It's still.
I don't know if your battery's dying or, but it just got, the screen got really dark.
See it?
It might be the battery.
Oh!
Hi, Sugar Bubba. Hi, Sugar Bubba.
Won't even let me do the drop down.
Remember having it?
Down here in the basement.
James told me the same thing.
She knows your brother, by the way. Well, yeah, look. It says keep out, and then there's a list of names going all the way down the wall.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. I've caught more than a bazillion orbs going on through here, and we're both watching.
Work for a place or something?
No, I work for God, the real God.
I told him about the shadow that we seen that was by you and shit on the camera upstairs. It wasn't no light shadow either. It was like dark, and it like clears. Day was a human figure. Watch out for these spider webs.
I ain't worried about them goddamn conduits. Up there. Imagine a door and tell me how big that motherfucker is there.
The door?
Imagine some bars here.
I know.
That room was used for something evil.
That's what her neighbors told her. And then this is the other room right here. This one's got an upside down cross.
Fuck.
Literally, look. It's upside down. And then this is the other one. This is the only one. And that's how we'll be sitting there just randomly and then fucking lights will come on and then they'll shut off. Yeah, this is the other one. What? That big ass spider.
Oh, I know it's Joe.
Well, where's our $5 bill from you guys? I gave it to you and stuff.
Single power. Well, we just found $5 on it. And over here. And this is like a little workroom that they randomly find like dead animals and shit.
Okay, somebody come here right now. I want you to validate this space.
She was like this.
Yes, make the face.
Don't see it on the wall. You see it here, right?
Mm-hmm. In that corner.
It wasn't there just a second ago, and then it came in. Can I get someone to walk over there, see if it fades out? I don't want to move my phone, so go around. Don't go in front of the camera. It's starting to fade out already just because you went over there. Go a little closer to it. Yeah, it faded out.
I didn't even notice this.
Never left, but it faded out.
Holy orbage.
Oh, big time. The least was up there where you figured it would have been the most with all the dust up there.
So I'm starting to wonder
Sorry.
if these rumors that your neighbor was telling you are true.
Probably.
I'll just wait till we go and see the carcass.
See, over, oh, I was going to say, as soon as I was going to say, see, there's nothing going on over here, then one flew by the lower corner.
And now there's noises coming from that room over there.
Oh yeah, it won't even focus. Okay, where'd you just go? You were just there.
That's right there, Joe's right there, and then there's all those names right there. Where's their spirit box?
Okay, I'm going to the bathroom mirror right now. What was in the mirror?
Joe's in the mirror.
Come here. Hi.
Stay down here.
So he's the one playing with your water.
Well, I mean, I did tell you that I came in here last night and yelled downstairs for Joe to leave the lights alone, and then the fucking whole entire house went black.
Where'd you just go? It was hovering so brightly right by your head.
Alright, yeah.
I play it right back. It was a pure light.
Stay down here.
So he's the one playing with your water.
Well, I mean, I did tell you that I came in here last night and yelled downstairs for Joe to leave the lights alone, and then the fucking whole entire house went black.
Where'd you just go? It was hovering so brightly right by your head.
Alright, yeah.
I play it right back. It was a pure light.
Look. Actually, that's kind of like, you know that.
Remember what? What kicked on it so loud?
Aaron. Is
What
that
kicked
your
on that
air
so loud?
conditioner? What is it?
A ceiling fan to suck out the hot air and shit.
Okay, let's go outside and see.